Based on the Stephen King novel of the same name, It tells the story of an ancient transdimensional evil that arrived on Earth during a cataclysmic event, landing in the location that would later become Derry, Maine. After settlers began moving to the location, the titular It adopted a hibernation pattern of 27 years, waking to terrify, torment, kill, and eat. It has been known to take on many forms, but none more well-known than Pennywise the Dancing Clown. The maniacal villain was first brought to life on the big screen by Tim Curry in the 1990 ABC miniseries.
Aren't you going to say hello?
In 2017, director Andy Muschietti reintroduced the world to Pennywise with It Chapter 1, fittingly released 27 years after the original. Bill Skarsgård aimed for the stars with his performance and horrified pretty much everyone.
Tasty, tasty, beautiful fear.
Before Andy Muschietti took on the role of director, It Chapter 1 was going to be directed by Cary Fukunaga, also known for directing True Detective and No Time to Die. The script went through a variety of drafts, but Fukunaga left the project after allegedly wanting to lean into the much darker aspects of the Stephen King novel.
Oh, gotcha! You filthy little children.
In an episode of Variety's Playback podcast, Skarsgård mentioned shooting a disturbing scene that was inevitably cut from the final product. He said, "There was a scene we shot that was a flashback from the 1600s, before Pennywise was Pennywise. The scene turned out really, really disturbing. And I'm not the clown. I look more like myself." Film fans immediately scoured the internet trying to track down the elusive scene, with Redditors eventually finding a 2016 draft of the screenplay from Gary Doberman. The script contained a missing flashback scene that takes place after the Losers Club fights Pennywise in the abandoned house, and before the scene featuring bully Henry Bowers playing with his father's gun.
Look at him now, boys. Ain't nothing like a little fear to make a paper man crumble.
The flashback shows a woman named Abigail holding a crying baby, one that Pennywise has set his sights on as his next meal. Abigail tries to plead with Pennywise to take her instead, but he replies saying that if he takes her, he will also take the baby, her husband, all of her other children, and will continue seeking out the flesh and souls of others until there is nothing left. On the other hand, if she sacrifices the baby, he will let her and the rest of her settlement live as an act of mercy. At the sight of one of her older children, Abigail makes the difficult decision to sacrifice her baby to Pennywise. She leaves the baby on the floor and walks away as Pennywise devours the infant, crunching on the baby's bones as Abigail quietly accepts her decision.
Yeah, okay, that's just about the most awful thing I've ever seen.
The scene obviously didn't make it to the final cut of the film. Nonetheless, It Chapter 2 does showcase images of Skarsgård's makeupless Pennywise, while the elderly Mrs. Kirsch tells a story about her circus-performing father during a chance meeting with the now-adult Beverly Marsh.
This isn't real enough for you, Billy. I'm not real enough for you.
The original Stephen King novel is a whopping 1,138 pages, so it goes without saying that a lot of information is left out. With over 5 hours in a total runtime between both It movies, it's understandable why the filmmakers decided to leave the more questionable scenes on the cutting room floor.